Been asked quite a bit, so I figured I'd give a little rundown on my gear, my setup here. I'll start by saying I have one Mimic Pro module and I run two different kits with it. I save a configuration file for each kit and just load that configuration file, and I'm off and running with whatever particular kit. That's the Pro Mimic there. Just recently picked this kit up on Reverb used. It's an ATV A-drums. Bought it without the module. It's got an 18-inch kick, 13-inch snare, 10-inch tom, 13-inch floor tom, 14-inch hats, 16-inch crash, 18-inch ride, 18-inch crash, and a 17-inch china. Although I'm very happy with this kit, you got to watch when you're buying on Reverb, guys. This kit came in, it was listed as mint, and if you look at Reverb's policy on mint, it's like brand new, just taken out of the case and put back in, pretty much. But anyway, he said it was mint. I contacted him. I got the drums. There was scratches all over the floor tom, scratches all over the bass drums. Certainly not mint. The edge trigger on the hi-hats wasn't working, and the snare drum head was pulled out of the rim. Now, in talking to the guy, I'm not sure he knew a whole lot about electronic drums. Given the benefit of the doubt, I do think that he may have not been aware of the issues with the kit, but anyway, so be it. I bought a new head, fixed the hi-hat edge, and we're off and running. Something I did add, it's a 4-piece kit. I added a little rolling rubber pad here as my tom 2. Kind of fits in there, less to carry on gigs. I bought this kit actually for gigging. I gig quite a bit. My other kit over there, I was hauling back and forth. This one here is a lot smaller, a lot compact, easier to carry. The other one, it allows me to leave it set up in the basement, and I bring the module down. So in between gigs, I can just bring the module down and plug it in, switch the config file, and I'm practicing. Weekend comes, I take this kit out and play. It's normally not set up. Works great with the Pro Mimic. One thing I'll add too, I did add a riser to the bass drum. It's an 18-inch kick, so I added a riser. It gives it about the height of a 20-inch kick. Now, one thing I will say on the bass drum is that the cone for the sensor is dead center of the bass drum. And it's got a void in the head here for the pedals to hit. And that void is set up so that when you're using it, the pedal beaters hit in that void and don't hit the sensor. With the riser, it puts the beaters right in line with the sensor. You'll notice the spread I have on my kick pedals. That sensor falls right in between those two kick pedals. It's right in the center of the drum. I moved them off to the side, made some adjustments on the pedal to get them over there. It works great. It worked great before, but the beater was hitting right on the cone for this pedal here. I didn't think the longevity would be very good if it was hitting the cone, so I moved it over. Working great. This hardware didn't come with the kit. This is the Yamaha Crosstown hardware. Guys, this stuff is, you gotta get some. It's aluminum. My whole hardware bag for gigging weighs 17 pounds. Anybody knows lugging 100 pounds worth of hardware, it ain't worth it. I'll show you something else I did here. These are ATV cymbals. You'll notice I have no wing nuts. No wing nuts on any of the cymbals. And the cymbals do not rotate when I'm playing. A lot of people don't know that the ATV stands come with a, one second, they come with a rubber cymbal sleeve. That rubber contacts the rubber in here, straight on contact. It doesn't, you can force it to spin if you want a different area of the cymbal, but you'll see when I go to push that on, I got to snug it down. Now it's on the rubber, moves freely. and it will not spin unless you purposely take it and force it to spin. So I was getting these cables all winding around the stand playing. It drove me friggin' nuts. Anyway, that's wicked. Onto the other kit. This is a kit that I converted, and it was my gigging kit. Just a tremendous amount to be lugging around. This hardware here actually came with that kit. I was using that hardware with this kit. I moved the heavy stuff to, this is permanently set up in my basement so I don't have to lug it around. This kit here, they're all Drum Tech real feel heads, 3-ply. The toms all have Jobecky crossbar center mounted trigger systems in them. I've been playing electronic drums for 12 years. I've always converted my own drums, my own piezos, cake pan conversions, all that stuff. I did it all. But I'm getting older and lazy. I bought those, I put them in. Honestly, probably cost you about the same as making it yourself. The snare, however, I did convert that myself. That is a triple cone. There's 3 cones for the head, and there's 4 cones for the rim sitting on a plate. That is designed to mimic the ATV snare that I have on the other kit. It works fantastic, every bit as good as the other one. You'll notice I don't have a rubber rim on the snare. I got to dial back the rim triggers for that. You'll also notice I do have a Roland BT1 here. I'll tell you, cross sticking on the snare with the Pearl Mimic Pro, you're best to have one. That way there's absolutely no false triggering as far as, you know, wanting a side stick and getting a rim shot, or wanting a rim shot and getting a side stick. There's nothing worse than that. But it works great. This kit is a Yamaha Live Custom. They're made out of oak. Yeah, everybody says I'm nuts for converting them, but you know what? I can truly say that I hate acoustic drums now. And I just love the electric's consistency of sound. It's incredible. Again, I have the ATV 14-inch hi-hats here. These are Yamaha cymbals. Here, 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 and here. This one here is actually my old Yamaha hi-hat. When I bought the ATV hi-hats, I took the top cymbal and made it my China. Works every bit as good for that. The ATV hats work a whole lot better than the Yamaha hi-hats with the Pearl Mimic. I do have the ATV ride. I like the 18-inch size. Works great. Kick drum on this one is a Roland conversion. It's the store-bought and package KDA 22 or something like that. It works well, feels good. It's essentially their very cheap bass drum that comes on the entry-level kits, but they take that pad and they mount it in a Mylar head. So when you're hitting that with there's lots of give. You can bury the beater. It feels great. To be honest with you, it feels better than that ATV kick, although the ATV kick is not as loud acoustically in the room, but it works great. Anyway, that's my rundown, guys, and any questions, let me know. Again, I have these 2 kits, and I swap the module back and forth between them. Like I said, the ATV kit is normally packed up in cases. I just take that to gigs. This one here is so I can practice, shoot videos, all that stuff in between gigs without having to haul all the gear. I just bring the module. Module sits there, plug it in, flip the file, you're done. Works very well. I highly suggest it if you're gigging with your Pearl Mimic, because you do want to practice with it. If you have 2 kits, you don't have to buy what's here. You can convert a $100 kit. And you know, cymbals are expensive, obviously, but it's not a whole lot to convert. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and we will talk to you later.